So let's start with the political headline. Sinema. Kirsten. I'm done even trying to say her name right. She's evil. And she's so proud to vote against democracy. I don't know that we played any of this on yesterday. And I don't want to punish you people per se. But she's supposed to be a Democrat. Once upon a time, she was somewhat liberal. At least that was my impression. But she went to the floor of the Senate and she had something to say. And I hated everything about it because it was factually inaccurate. I didn't like her smug tone. I didn't like what she was saying. And, ultimately, she takes this strange ground. Oh, I'm all down for voting rights, but I'm against the means to achieving voting rights. I will scuttle the Biden agenda, and I'll be proud to do so. I mean, Joe Biden was supposed to go up the hill yesterday, right? Have a little bruncheon with the Democratic Senate caucus. And Kirsten Sinema decided she's going to get out in front of her president. She's going to go give him a big middle finger. So I want you all to know, all you good Democrats, all you lefties and righties, I want you to know what it is she said, how she defended herself, how she framed this argument. Because I think history is going to remember as democracy starts getting crushed by these fascistic Republicans, that she's one that didn't speak out. Let's play for the people. Evan needs your help. Senator Kirsten Sinema from Arizona, cut 10.
What is the legislative filibuster other than a tool that requires new federal policy to be broadly supported by senators representing a broader cross-section of Americans? A guardrail.
A guardrail. Cut 11.
These bills help treat the symptoms of the disease, but they do not fully address the disease itself. And while I continue to support these bills, I will not support separate actions that worsen the underlying disease of division infecting our country.
Why did she not let the federal government default on its debt last month? Because we did a carve out on the filibuster last month. I mean, it was just weeks ago. And I believe you were complicit in that action, Sinema. So how is that different in any way, shape, or form? What, it's more important? You're down for voting rights, but, they're much less important. Your right to vote, especially minorities, your right to vote, less important than, my debt limit vote a month ago when we set aside the filibuster. More from the senator from Arizona. I don't hold her in any esteem. Eliminating it would make the rift so much deeper. Cut 12.
Demands to eliminate this threshold from whichever party holds the fleeting majority amount to a group of people separated on two sides of a canyon, shouting that solution to their colleagues. And that makes the rift both wider and deeper.
Mitch McConnell had no problem bridging the chasm. He just set it aside for Supreme Court nominees, right? Amy Coney Barrett, she didn't have 60 votes. Republicans have no problem using the means available to them to do whatever they want. The ends justify the means. Well, you want the ends, but you don't have the guts for the means, or somebody's paying you not to, vote with Joe Biden. More. Cut 13, please.
There's no need for me to restate my longstanding support for the 60-vote threshold to pass legislation. There's no need for me to restate its role protecting our country from wild reversals in federal policy.
10 years ago, I saw this video on MSNBC, not a independent thought I had, but they called her out. They played the video of her with an exactly opposite position in 2010 when Obama was the president. No, she was ready to throw out the filibuster then.
Yeah, talking smack about Lieberman. Yeah, she was mighty upset about it.
Well, I guess she's changed tunes. Cut 14, please. More Sinema.
When one party need only negotiate with itself, policy will inextricably be pushed from the middle towards the extremes. And I understand there's some on both sides of the aisle that prefer that outcome, but I do not.
who on the left prefers that outcome? Really, who's trying to blow it up on the left? Just you and maybe Joe Manchin. You're the only ones blowing it up. The progressives have got along and gone along with the Joe Biden agenda. It's just you and Manchin primarily. 15.
Eliminating the 60 vote threshold on a party line with the thinnest of possible majorities to pass these bills that I support will not guarantee that we prevent demagogues from winning office.
If we got time, let's play one more from Senator Kyrsten Sinema, cut 16.
Indeed, some who undermine the principles of democracy have already been elected. Rather, eliminating the 60 vote threshold will simply guarantee that we lose a critical tool that we need to safeguard our democracy from threats in the years to come.
Really, you're somehow upholding the tool, keeping the tool in the tool shed, in the toolbox. The tool you need is a Voting Rights Act. You claim you are supportive of, this compiled John Lewis Voting Rights Act, but you won't actually use the tool in the toolbox. All you got to do is set aside the filibuster once. See if we can help preserve democracy. Maybe it's going okay in Arizona for your outcomes, but in the state of Wisconsin, things are getting kind of bad.